Hundreds of protesters marched in downtown San Antonio for the 10th straight day, calling for justice. They marched from Blue Star up to La Villita, and there they packed into the Artisan River Theater. The day full of speakers from all walks of life, including a former presidential candidate and his brother, a current U.S. congressman. San Antonio natives and political brothers Julian and Joaquin Castro addressed the crowd, and they say the pressure needs to be placed on all elected officials on every level.
So that what happened to George Floyd never happens again. We need to end over-reliance on policing. We need to demilitarize our police. We need to hold our police accountable when they commit misconduct.
KENS 5 reached out to the San Antonio Police Officers Association, and the president tells us, quote, "Our budget is already paper thin. Asking to remove monies from our police budget means forfeiting some form of police action, which in any circumstance is bad public policy," end quote.